it's very thin funnel. The frame is strong, but the funnel is a funnel. It's very thin.
30 years ago, my husband and I did a sculpture of Michael Jordan. And that kind of paved the way for this niche of sports figures, icons.
What began with MJ continued to LA, where Julie and her husband Omri have had a hand in each Lakers statue in Star Plaza, each presenting challenges and solutions, much like the uniquely talented players they represent.
There's a normal amount of pressure that you feel when you're in such a high-profile kind of project, no doubt. One piece to the next is so different, and because he was so well known, it's a bit daunting as well. I just hope that I can make the fans, his family, the Lakers, the team, you know, those who loved him, happy and pleased and satisfied with the final piece.
The road to the unveiling of a piece of art that's destined for greatness was a longer journey than anyone could have foreseen.
You know, the piece was begun when Kobe was still alive. And then when all of the chaos and the trauma happened, it was just so heart-wrenching to have to go through that for the family, and then, you know, feeling that, and the whole project got put on hold while that whole event transpired, and then the pandemic happened. You know, everything got delayed. And then Vanessa came in, and it was wonderful to meet her, and it was difficult because of what she went through, her loss, so painful. And I wanted to please her as well. And Vanessa has a very good eye, and you know, she zooms in on things and says what she feels and wants to be very involved. To be able to give her what she wanted in the final end, that's what will please me the most. He was an icon to the city of Los Angeles, but also globally. There was a human part of him, the storytelling part of him that wanted to connect with people. And he was so driven, you know, and so he was such a wonderful example to the younger generation. People really loved him.
One of the things that gives me comfort in difficult times is that we know that Kobe knew that we loved him, that we were able to celebrate him and, you know, retire his jerseys, and he knew this statue was coming, and we'll just continue to keep loving him.
When this whole project started, he basically let us know that he wanted the piece to be of him after this game. I did several designs where he's in high action, and he said, no, this is what I want. Basically, when we're doing portraiture, we're doing large figures, we work from a lot of different photographs, and you take, you know, the front on, the profile, the three-quarter view, even from the back, and we create these grids on a computer so that you're constantly comparing the photo that you're working from to the clay, so you see that everything is in perspective. It's an arduous process. And just with time, you know, working on it every day, it's like, I heard a reel of Kobe speaking, and he said, it's not about the talent, it's about the work that you put in. Are you working every day on your craft? In doing art, it's really about working at it every day.
After all the work, inspired by one of the hardest working players of all time, the day was almost here. However, first, the arduous task of getting the statue ready for unveiling faced one more roadblock: the weather.
The bronze was driven from Tucson to LA, The drive was pretty smooth up until we got to about Riverside. Then it started pouring and we started seeing water everywhere. So then once all the shipment comes in at the site, they had to prepare the footing for the sculpture, which is a concrete base which goes down a certain amount of feet into the earth to support this kind of weight, because you've got this granite base which is going to be put in with a forklift that has to be bolted to the concrete, and then the bronze figure, which was in a couple sections, had to be lifted up with a crane. And so there's a lot of people involved, a lot of people orchestrating the installation. It's a definite ballet dance. Things have to be level before you set them in. And so you need the straps and the levels, and the meditation I've done over the years helps. It's a pretty intense time until the piece is sitting in its home. Once it's sitting there, I could take a deep breath.
We are live, Crypto.com Arena. It's a celebration. The unveiling of the Kobe Bryant statue. And wouldn't you know that there's been a lot of rain if you live here in Southern California over the last few days, but it is gorgeous right now, big game James Worthy, and that's what matters.
Obviously, we all have that sad lump in our throat. Kobe's not here to see it, but we know he was involved.
2/8/24, of course, the perfect date.
We requested to the league that we have a game that day, just to make sure that the Laker team was in town. And when I think about the idea of the tribute to Gianna with the number 2, and of course the 8 and the 24, it felt right, and everything worked out just perfectly.
It's going to be the 7th Laker statue. It's going to be the Ronnie family, the same sculptors for a lot of the other statues below us.
I think as a sculptor, when you work in clay and you cast in bronze, you know, you're leaving something behind you. So it goes beyond your own lifetime. So that feels, you know, part of my mission here as an artist, to create things that will outlive me and be a legacy.
So without further ado, the moment we have been waiting for since 1996, when he was drafted out of Lower Merion High School. Ladies and gentlemen, the unveiling of the statue for Kobe Bean Bryant.
2/8/24. What a historic occasion. 2/8/24. What a historic occasion.
As I went to write my speech, I thought, you know, I've really said everything I've wanted to say about Kobe. And, you know, I didn't want to repeat myself. And then I had an idea that why don't I go back and remember what it felt like for my dad, that Kobe was a Laker.
There are many things for which I am thankful to my father. Near the top of the list is when he declared to Kobe, "I want you to be a Laker for life." Trading for Kobe back in 1996 set this franchise and this city on a journey that was beyond our wildest dreams.
The speech just wrote itself. And so I felt a real specialness for me that day, because I could honor both Kobe Bryant and Dr. Buss.
I think that is what my father meant when he said seeing Kobe play was like watching a miracle unfold. In 2009, 13 years after telling Kobe he wanted him to be a Laker for life, my father described Kobe as a marvel. He was, he is, and he will always be. Thank you.
Your dad, as you know, and your husband, one of the greatest human beings, not just basketball players, one of the greatest human beings to ever walk this earth. He touched the lives of all of us who had the privilege to know him. So in his memory, let us continue to strive for excellence, lead with unwavering dedication, and be the culture shifters that define the legacy of a true legend. Thank you.
This statue may look like Kobe, but really, it's what excellence looks like, what discipline looks like, what commitment looks like, what love of family looks like. We're all here today to honor a man who represents not just extraordinary sports achievement, but also timeless values that inspire us all to try harder to be not just better, but our best. Thank you, Kobe.
I arranged a meeting between Michael and Kobe to give him a little impression of how to handle being in a restricted basketball system that relied on passing the ball to available teammates and wanting to go one-on-one with this guy in front of you. So I arranged, we had a little meeting, and Michael and I were sitting there, and Kobe walked in after a shower and the press and whatnot, and he sat down and he said, "Michael, I can take you one-on-one."
Year by year, Phil watched Kobe rise to the same rarefied air as his hero. However, it wasn't until 2010 when a simple question from Jimmy Kimmel prompted Jackson's fondest memory.
Where is Adam Morrison? Because he was in the suit pretty much the whole time, and I thought it would be funny if he came out in a uniform for once, you know?
Adam actually, man, Adam, yeah, he's one of our favorite teammates of all time.
He said, who's this guy that was never in a uniform, always dressed? And Kobe said, don't make fun of Adam Morrison. He's one of our teammates. He puts in the work. He may not get to dress, but he puts in the work and he's part of it.
And there used to be a saying about, no, I guess there still is a saying, behind every great man, there's a great woman. No. Beside every great man, there's a great woman. Kobe was great at what he did. Vanessa, you're great at what you do. Welcome, Vanessa Bryant.
Thank you. Kobe has so many people that have supported him all over the world from the very beginning. And this moment isn't just for Kobe, but it's for all of you that have been rooting for him all of these years. And to the fans here in LA, this is a special city Kobe was so proud to represent. You welcomed him with open arms and have been so important to him, our family, and his legacy. And for the record, Kobe picked the pose you're about to see, so if anyone has any issues with it, tough. Because fans all over the world and the City of Angels loved Kobe so much, he will have 3 statues in front of the arena, also known as the house that Kobe built. One wearing the number 8, one with our beautiful daughter Gianna, and one wearing the number 24. So I'll leave you with one of my husband's amazing quotes. Leave the game better than you found it. And when it comes time for you to leave, leave a legend. And that he did. I don't want to reveal too much about the statue before you see it, so I'll leave you with one of my husband's amazing quotes. Leave the game better than you found it. And when it comes time for you to leave a legend. And that he did.
This unveiling of this statue is amazing because it almost comes alive. Looking at it, you can feel Kobe, you can see Kobe, you can hear his voice. And I've seen all the statues. This one is extremely special. And my hat's off to Kobe and especially Vanessa for what she's done and the day she's given us. It's a special day.
It was great. They even had it down to the armband and the knee pad, which is kind of the stuff somebody like me would look like. The knee pad was really realistic looking.
You see the detail in the work. It literally looks like Kobe standing on top of, it's a monument.
When the curtain dropped, that was my first time seeing the finished statue, and it took my breath away. I think all the nuances of the statue were important because I want it to be a destination for fans of Kobe to come and pass their knowledge of Kobe and what he stood for to the next generation.
It's the best statue I've seen. I love the 5 trophies, but then I love the stone below him. All the accomplishments. I think that was special. And then how big his is. Man, that's a statue there.
I had done all these designs where he was flying in the air and dunking it, and he said, oh no, I want this pose from this game when I scored 81 points. It's a real culmination because it's been 5 years since the initial beginning of the design. And to see it in person, in bronze, on site, in front of his family, the Lakers, his friends, it's a really good feeling.
It's super special. I think for all of us that watched Kobe play, but also for all of us that knew who he was as a human and most importantly, like who he was as a family guy. I mean, to see all of that represented here today is super special.
Kobe meant so much to everyone, this entire world, entire basketball community. Seeing everybody here to celebrate him. You know, even though he's not here with us, he's with us in all of our hearts and our minds.
So many emotions. Very hard today not having him here in such an important and meaningful moment. But at the same time, we are celebrating him and we are honoring him and his legacy, which, goes beyond.
With the Black Mamba now forever immortalized amongst his fellow legends, his teammates, coaches, and friends reflect on the life and impact of one of the game's all-time greats.
It was very special, very emotional, seeing everybody speak. He showed everybody what it means when you believe in certain things, when you believe in loyalty, you leave the proper legacy. And that's who he was, that's what he did.
Seeing the statue was amazing, man. Just remembering his greatness and see it kind of come to life was pretty special. Being a part of his greatness, having Phil Jackson tell all the former teammates to kind of stand up, him from a coaching perspective, understanding his proudest moment of Kobe was how he related to us as his teammates, and just feeling special to be a part of his greatness was really awesome.
It's so important to me that the Laker umbrella continues to keep this group of people together. At the end of the day, the purple and gold unites us all.
While countless former Lakers paid tribute to Kobe, the current team honored Bryant in a way he would deeply appreciate, wearing their Black Mamba jerseys at the game that night.
He was an idol to me. I grew up a Laker fan, obviously a big Kobe fan. I was like a kid in a candy shop in there. I couldn't stop smiling. It was an amazing, experience for me.
being in the presence of that statue and just how powerful it was and what a place it is for us to now all go and be in his presence. I hope that's what that place and that statue becomes for his fans around the world.
The fans, they were there for Kobe and chanting his name. I think his legend will continue to grow because of how the fans connected and related to him and loved him. Puts a lump in my throat. I'm just so happy that the fans felt welcome and connected to it. So.